Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Sunday, welcome to December 29th. We're running out of 2024 over here. I hope everybody's having a lovely day so far. I'm back at it. I'm back on my BFA character. Although I did decide that today I should, while it's still classic time walking, queue for time walking dungeons because it is a little wonky that I'm level 74. You know, any extra levels we can like squeeze in the meantime wouldn't hurt things. Wouldn't hurt matters. And thank you very much for the 39-month resub. Appreciate it. Always look forward to watching you. Just nice, chill vibes. Thank you very, very much. I'm cozy this morning. I got warm feet. I got a hot coffee. I spent about 7 minutes lint rolling my sweater because I was looking at it being like, why does this look dirty even though it's clean? And I've cleaned it and I was like, oh yeah, it's the 4,000 dog hairs on it. Maybe if I want to look fancy, I should lint roll it and then, you know, be dog hairless for until the next time I hug my dog. So I did that. And then I was looking at my dog and I was like, I can't hug you. I can't do it. Maybe later. And I settled for giving him like a tiny smooch in his forehead. It's not quite the same. I haven't decided yet if it's worth it. So I decided I want to keep chipping away at the Nazmir campaign until I either finish it or get really bored. One of those two things is going to happen. And then there are lots of little achievements as part of the zone metas. I can't finish this one, this Bon Voyage, unless I get certain world quests up. Although one of them is up, actually. Oh, never mind. No, it's not. I was going to say Cragwell's Favor's up, but that's not the one that I need. I have my list here. I need Getting Out of Hand, Revenge of Cragwell, and Cancel the Blood Troll Apocalypse are the world quests that I'm looking for out here. Also, there should be there's a Tortolan Seekers world quest emissary that I actually have 2 of them done already. That's weird. They must be retroactive. I'll have to do that too. My dog thankfully doesn't shed that much. Previous 2 would leave tumbleweeds of hair blowing across the floor. I am a connoisseur of the tumbleweed life right now. But his coat is so soft and it keeps him nice and warm. And he's so handsome. And let's see if I can do this with the memory. We haven't had all the coffee yet. I do this by whispering creepily to myself. Turtle. Robot. Crab. And this one's the crystal. Ha 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 ha. I still got it. Ahoy, Stumpy. Thank you for the 22-month resub. Raising my cup of coffee as well. Thanks again for the Sunday run here. Thank you very much. And Jake FX1 with a 33-month resub. Thank you, Jake. Oh, man. I get way too invested in doing that. It's not really a flex at all. It's just, it's a puzzle that happens to be designed on the edge of what I can do without cheating. But like consistently do without cheating. So every time I do it, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Who's bad? Where do you turn in the Seeker Emissary? Is it like up here? No. I wonder if it's all the way in. I actually don't remember where the turtles live. Is it in Sandal or does it tell me on the thing? It is up here, isn't it? Well, no, that's just another world quest. And then that's another world quest. I know they have like a hub here. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be in Zoldazar. I have to remember to turn that in at some point. In the meantime, I was recruiting Tortolans. That's right. Octopixie, thank you very much for the 48-month resub. Get your Hazel Lurkemo back. Hazel, I created perfection. Oh, please tell me about it. What did you do? What did you make? I'm so happy to be here. I'm so comfy. Hello, Chris. Would you come with me? We have... Whenever I look at my quest log, it tells me that I'm 8 of 8 story chapters. Which can't really possibly be true. I think I'm 4 of 8, because Turtle Power sounds like where I'm at. And I think we're going to do Friend of the Frogs next. It's just curious that it shows me as done when I don't think I'm done. I made a mage. His name is Garden. And he is a gnome. Ooh, is this about the garden gnome transmogs that I heard in chat were coming next month? Greetings. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope your weekend's going well. I actually slept pretty good. I could have like slept in more, but I didn't need to. I just wanted to. I was feeling kind of bratty. I was feeling a little spoiled this morning. Like, I don't want to get out of bed. I'm 32, and I thought I would have grown out of this by now, but I guess not. Just can't believe I got the name Garden. It's shocking sometimes the things that you would assume are taken that are not, just because of name resets that have been done over the years. And name releases. Totally miss those shell minigames too. Yeah, I like the shell ones a lot. I don't mind the turtles making it or not making it to the water as long as the camera works properly. I've done another one since then that did work correctly. So those are nice enough. Calligraphy was better when I had the calligraphy helper. Calligraphy is a little frustrating without the calligraphy helper. Well, if you've been watching for so many years, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Can't believe I got the name Garden. Might be a new main. He's a mage, right? Is that a class that you typically like to main, or would you risk like recreating it as like a different thing? I don't know. Garden Gnome the mage is pretty perfect. It's pretty good. Weekend, restful and chill. Did a thing yesterday that I think you'd appreciate. Tell me. I want to know. Something so goofy seeing a dragon person pull out a rifle to fight with. Not a main for me, usually tank. For the afternoon, in a cafe with a friend, we went to town on a 1,000-piece puzzle. That's brave. Got mostly there, couldn't finish because we got kicked out as the cafe was closing. Those are hard. Went back this morning and finished it. Oh, nice. It took hours. I bet it did. Are you guys puzzle aficionados? Are you puzzle mains? Are you good at that kind of thing? I am not necessarily. Not at all. What's your strat? Are you like a build the edge first? Are you like a sort all the pieces kind of person? Or do you just like pick up a piece and use your instincts? Walked in, saw it, both decided this was going to be our thing. Nice. New year, new me. New year, new mage. Getting so close to finishing Mecha done. Need one more rare, one more vinyl, then just craft a bunch of junkyard stuff. Alright, yeah, you got it. You're done in no time. Where am I going? I'm going this way. Wish I had time for an alt. Leveled 1. Use it to make a tiny bit of money with professions, but that's it. Yeah, I've been not playing alts as much in the War Within for like endgame content. My logic is that I just haven't found the right one, but then it doesn't really make any sense that I'm out here leveling another hunter when that's literally my second alt that I don't play. I don't know if that's what I need, if that's gonna solve my problem, is just making another one. Or, well, not making, but leveling another one. You never know. Alright. I think I'm about due for another Warlock turn, just to remind myself that I don't like them in retail as much as I like them in Classic. I forget that every now and then. Every time I go back in on Hardcore, and I play Warlock for a while, I'm like, oh, this is cool, I could get into this. And then I make one at retail, and then I'm like, what's going on? This is nothing like it is in Classic. Alts are often about the journey. I agree with that. Did the puzzle have a nice picture? And also, was it one of those ones that has like annoyingly low amounts of variation? Some of them are mainly the same color through the whole thing, and then you have to be really, really good. I have a puzzle that's been half done for like 2 years in like a puzzle keeper behind my TV, and I don't remember if it's 1,000 or 2,000 pieces. It might be only 1,000. It was hard. I didn't have a good spot to spread it out in though. Plans, let me see if I can find it. Can't seem to find his own X-Back to enjoy alt leveling. Sometimes it can be fun to kind of combine it a little bit with collecting if you like collecting. I used to make an alt and then kind of browse around in all the things to find a zone where I still needed lots of transmog from questing. So then as I was going through and I was questing in that zone and leveling, I was also getting all these mog pieces that I hadn't learned before. I like doing that. I like working through this. Oh, so Tizane was the world boss. That was the thing that took me like 15 minutes to kill before. And then there's definitely something I need from expedition supplies. And I hope my dungeon key doesn't pop because I need to scoop my cat box promptly. One moment. Thank you for your patience. This add-on is all the things. Yeah, you got it. It's telling me that I need a helmet from totem maker Jashka. Vintage. All right, I'm googling. Ooh, one of the ones in the tube. They sell these at the garden store. Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot. That looks like a fun puzzle design to work on, like one of those really almost like modular little bits of it where there's lots of little things. That's how far rate I'm in. There is a Jessa Straza and a Nikki Straza. Puzzle which is just shapes and otherwise monochrome. 654 pieces, but took me as long as a 2,000 piece puzzle. I think I would enjoy puzzles a lot if I had the right surface to work on them. I could maybe try my coffee table now. My coffee table is about twice the size as my dining table because my dining table is a postage stamp. But I didn't use it before because it's like kind of at the height for my dog to interfere and I didn't want him to like eat a piece or anything. But he's older now. I don't think he's going to just start snarfing puzzle pieces like he would have when he was a puppy. Something special about spending hours with a friend building something like a puzzle focused on the task at hand. Why I like not to have a strategy. Kind of turns my brain off. Speaking of puzzle adjacent activities, can you guess? Actually, maybe I should do this show and tell after I'm done the dungeon. Never mind. We'll revisit this after I'm finished with Dire Maul, which seems like somebody's doing damage, so hopefully this goes nice and fast. It's on IG. Can you spot it? I mean, it's not like it's hidden or anything. This isn't a find the hidden object kind of game. I had some success. I enjoyed being very, very orderly. Everyone sees the Lego flowers. I didn't see it. Well, if everyone saw them, how come nobody said anything to me? Hazel? Is that new? Hazel, is that a real orchid? No. It's made of Legos. I'm being silly. I'll show it off after the dungeon. Thank you, Green Arrow. We were waiting. You're right. You know, you don't want to jump the dramatic gun. I got another transmog that I needed. Also, I need to be putting these gears on the belt, especially. These are going to be huge upgrades for me. Better. It's a Lego. One day I'm gonna try an orchid, but I'm not at that point in my life yet. I have my first amaryllis right now, and that's already exciting enough. I need to have, I'm going to do a bit of a plant culling. I'm going to do a little bit of an inventory of my houseplants, and I'm going to just kind of pass on the ones that don't spark any joy to either adopters and or the compost pile. It's not that they're not doing fine, it's just that sometimes you keep a plant for a while and you're like, this one's not for me. Everyone says they're easy. I've decided that they're lying. Orchids? It might be like when people say something's easy because they're good at it and they're trying to show off. Or, I don't know. I've never tried one, so I can't say for sure. But, I bet you I could keep an orchid alive. It would be pretty surprising if I got it to bloom again within any short amount of time. That's my guess. I've never had one. do know someone who can handle them, but it takes obsessive levels of care. Yeah, I'm a low maintenance plant kind of girl. I like things that don't need a ton from me and that are pretty flexible in their requirements. You know, I don't want something that has very narrow parameters. I like wide parameters, so it's easier for me to hit the target even when I'm living my life. Do I have a pet? My pet's died. Uh-oh. Hi, kitty. You can come up on my lap? You gonna dust me? Sometimes her paws get a little dusty, and then she leaves dusty paw prints on your clothes and you have to brush them off. Like the cactus. Do I have favorites? I like snake plants a lot. Sansevierias there's lots of different variants of them, and those have pretty wide parameters. The only thing you don't want to do is drown them, but it's pretty easy to not drown them. You know, you stick them in some vaguely succulent adjacent potting mix if you're trying hard, and just don't water it every day. And you'll be golden. Snake plants and ZZs are my loves. Yeah, lots of the plants are dangerous to cats and dogs if they eat them. I have many plants that are not pet safe. The trick is to not keep them together. Newer varieties of ZZ are so pretty. ZZs are so expensive. Huge whale fin Sansevieria. Oh. Yeah, I have a peace lily in my office, and I like it quite a bit, except that I don't remember that it exists often enough because I keep my office curtains closed, and it's like behind the curtains in front of the window. And it likes it there well enough, but the trouble is that, because I forget that it exists, because I never remember to open those curtains, because typically I just want to make the light even for stream. What else? They're thirsty. Peace lilies like a lot of water. They need watering reasonably often. And I tend to let mine get kind of thirsty, and then it's like, help. They tell you when they want water if you're looking at them. If you've forgotten that it existed behind a curtain, then you may be in some trouble. I'm better off with stuff that I can water like once a month or less. Who you calling a bad plant, Mom? Why am I offended by that? It's not a real moralistic thing. Oh, man. No one's going to report me to the plant protection agencies. I hope. Excuse me, this streamer does not water her houseplants on a bi-weekly rotation. We're going to need someone to check in on her. You got to keep her out of garden work. She's not allowed in there anymore. I love garden works. They sell puzzles like that round one there. It's fancy in there. Hi, kitty. Don't worry, I water my cat every day. Hi. The ones that I tend to well, maybe if they're spam queuing for them. The ones that I whatchamacallem see more often do much better. So the ones where the curtains are open all the time and they sit on those windowsills, those ones tend to do nicely. Garden and watch over your plant buddies. I think I just need to let go of this need to have a plant in every windowsill. Like if there's a window that I'm not using very much, or like the curtains are always closed, maybe I don't need to keep plants there. Or at least I don't need to keep anything other than like a snake plant there. They're good. I just sometimes I feel a little overwhelmed by all the things around me, and I just need to do a little bit of a pruning, so to speak. Gnomes are good, just roll with it. I wonder how hard to keep plants exist. They come from the wild. The problem is often when we're trying to keep them in conditions that are not very much like the wild. You know, like a lot of these plants, a lot of house plants in particular are they're tropical. They're from Africa. They're from South America. They're from jungles and rainforests sometimes. And your home is not going to have nearly the same kind of humidity, the same kind of temperatures, the same kind, like the conditions are going to be wildly different. So you're already asking a lot of them just by bringing them into a house. So the ones that are usually really finicky are the ones that are like really closely attached to their conditions, or that have conditions that are harder to replicate at home. It's the same way with fish. You're going to have some fish that can kind of live in almost anything. And then you're going to have some fish that need to have a pH between this point, and they need to have a salinity that is exactly this point, that is just very slightly brackish, and they need to have like their water temperature be at this point exactly, but then in the winter you can bring it down to this. And it's because that's what it's like where they're from, and they're just finicky with that. Why do I feel threatened when you say it's time to prune? It's okay. I'm not pruning my Twitch chatters. What if you called it that if you had like a ban weight? Well, you don't just go ban your regulars though. That would be weird. That would be strange. Be like the Hunger Games of Twitch. See how having a ton of plants could make it hard to keep track. Oh dear. They're a natural light. It's all grow lights, and I wonder why they don't do well. Hey, look at you with the grow lights though. I might set that up again one day. But I tend to, with plants and fish, just default to keeping stuff that's really easy. And if it doesn't do well, then it wasn't meant to be. That's just not going to be my plan. Leave it for somebody else. I just like having live things around, you know? I like pets and fish and plants. I like having a little bit of life energy. Actually tend to self-prune, which is a real thing. Like shaving? What do we mean? I hope we're talking about, like, just grooming and not, like, you know, for this year I only need 8 fingers kind of thing. Interesting streamer. Arc Squirrel Hunger Games. Arbutus trees shed branches. Arbutus trees have the curly bark. I used to peel it off and then soak it in water to make it pliable, and then lay it flat and then dry it because I thought I was making paper. And then I would take a pencil and I would be like, what am I going to write on my very special bark paper? And then I was like, I don't know. Too much pressure. You got to keep busy in the summer. Hi, Mr. Sonic Gen. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a lovely time. What am I up to? What did I get up to? I actually did yoga properly. At home, but still, I did almost a whole practice. Which I was a little afraid of, because I'd been kind of, like, I missed a few days because of holiday hours, and then I missed a few days because of holidays. And I was a bit afraid that when I actually tried to do a proper yoga practice again, it was just going to kick my butt, and I was not going to be able to get through it. I was a little worried about that, but it was actually alright. It felt pretty good. I think it helped that I was well rested. I ended up napping yesterday, so I had lots of extra sleep in my body. I had some papyrus paper, could never find anything weighty enough to print on it. You ever have one of those, like, calligraphy kits as a kid? That you know, with, like, the inkwell, and then the ink that you make, and then, like, the special brush? I thought that was so fun, but I didn't have anything to write, really. It was just, I guess, to play. I guess it's just a toy. I have a calligraphy kit as an adult. I wasn't good enough at it to make a habit of it. Saw on IG you finished the orchid. Congrats. Are you hooked? I liked it a lot. My favorite was just kind of like I would sit down and I'd have my cup of tea and I would put on some music. Yesterday it was the Backstreet Boys for a while. And I would open up the current bag of pieces, and before I even looked at the instructions, I would organize them. I would sort them into their individual types and their friends. I would lay them out in little rows, and then I would look at the instructions, and I would identify what the pieces were going to be and what I was going to do. I would make one prototype of the given structure that I was going to build, for example, the orchid flower, and then once I had made the prototype, I would go back and I would batch build the rest of them. I liked it being organized, which is funny because I don't do that in anything else in my life. Maybe that's why I liked it so much. Floyd here now. Hi, Archie. How you doing? Nothing will ruin the gym workout like a bad night of sleep. It's awful, isn't it? And then you're like, well, I can't just not go every time I don't sleep good because that's a great way to never go again. But, like, it's so much worse when you haven't been sleeping properly. If it happens to be the weekly session with my trainer, it can be hell on earth. I believe it. Are we going this way? logging else to get presents, and then I realized I was just deleting the presents. I got presents once, and it was almost an accident. It was on this character because I was in Orgrimmar, and I was like, wait, Christmas! I almost forgot! I don't think I'm getting any of the fancy, I'm not going to get any of the skins for the puntables or anything. Oh, you're so cute. I don't know how I'm going to get the orchid to show you guys because Kitty's on my lap and she's purring and she's comfy. I guess you know what I can do is I can do the big camera and then you can kind of see it, especially if I like. There it is. It's in the background. Little fuzzy orchid is made of Lego. Wow. Looks great. Lights are so nice. Those are my Christmas lights up. I gotta switch them back out for the regular purple LEDs. Love the elephant underneath them. I could see a world where we have like a mix of botanical Legos and then also plushies back there. Like how it's backlit. Hey, guys. But those kits are expensive. That one was a very nice Christmas gift. Lego crossover stream. Oh man. Letting other people into my private Lego time? I don't know. Hey girl. Hey. You know, all my life I've wanted to be able to match that energy. And I feel like an absolute fraud if I even try. I am not the kind of person that can pull off like a good hey girl or a girlfriend or a Yugo Glen Coco. It's just it just doesn't come out quite right. I'm just not built for it. I hate this. Can't we just clear the trash? This happened to me last time too. Oh, there we go. We all have to be all fancy. This is gonna make me quit classic time walking. It's okay, I can't either. I remember the first time I said "leet" out loud as a teenager and it felt wrong even if I was the right demo. That could be your next YouTube life. I don't know if I would break even on the Lego kits. I have more time walking to do if I feel a strong need to finish leveling. Which is more or less what we're here for now. I could stop whenever I want and just level some other way. I just looked at my BF and I'm like, wow, I'm never allowed to say that ever again. I don't remember people saying leet. I remember when people started saying LOL out loud, just saying lol. And I hated that, and then I started doing it, which is, you know, happens to us all. YOLO was that way as well. People were very anti-YOLO when YOLO first happened, and then it just became part of the language anyway. What do you think about Lightforged Draenei Warlocks? I made one. Oh no! I made a regular Draenei Eridar Warlock. Never mind. I think I think it's weird, but it's fine. You know, I like the idea of emphasizing the character's choice over their racial choice, you know? Especially with stuff like that they clearly can physically do. It's just a question of whether or not they should. Oh, fine. I'll do another one. I'm level 75 now. Yellow's just carpe diem for people who don't know Latin. I think the backlash against it was A, because it was new. And B, and when I say backlash, I'm imagining like 2011-ish, 2012-ish. My friends at the time, very anti-YOLO, very anti-selfie. That was the other thing. I remember, what was it? Who came out? The Chainsmokers maybe did the Let Me Take a Selfie song, and that was very, very widely derided by my social circle. It was the new era of, I guess, I don't know, teen recklessness and vanity, and it was not well received at first, but like anything, it just kind of takes over. Doing more? You want to take to clear trash? Happy to do a couple. No worries if you just want a queue. I am probably going to go back to questing in Nazmir, but as long as these people keep queuing, these dungeons are fast enough that I feel like I should continue to say yes. Don't understand skibbity. You don't want to understand skibbity. Someone tried to explain it to me once, and I don't remember what it meant, but I remember that it made me feel kind of yucky, so I just gave up. Interesting how there was backlash against selfie. The idea of taking a photo of yourself by yourself was like super embarrassing when it first started catching on. When people started getting phones with like the front-facing cameras. People were taking selfies before then, which was harder when you didn't have the display to do it. But like, it was because you know you'd have the whole Instagram heavily filtered with like the duck lips thing, and then you'd have the backlash to that. Mostly about people being rude and obnoxious. There's plenty of people that were just upset that somebody else would be, I don't know, self-centered enough to take a photo of themselves and assume that anybody wanted to see it. It was kind of like cool in those circles to not want to be in photos at all. There's definitely like a world. I think that world's gone now. I think now if you don't want to be in photos, you just need to chill. Filtered and framed. I liked the vignette where you darkened the edges of it. I always thought that made me look real artistic. We were all young once, right? Remember when selfie sticks were becoming a thing? I thought they were gonna like stick around. If they were so useful, then how come I don't see them everywhere anymore? I think vlogging cameras just got wide-angle lenses, and then that was that. Still see those from time to time. I don't have enough spatial awareness to use one of those. I would just end up like smacking it into structures and windows and stuff. I did have a long obsession with this idea that I was going to need to learn how to use a gimbal. And I had a couple of different, I still have them, a couple of different camera stabilizers, like motorized gimbals for cameras, and then there was one that could be adjusted to work with a phone, because I was convinced I was going to need that level of cinematography for something. I'm a WoW YouTuber, and I don't even make videos very often. I don't know what I was thinking. They're expensive, too. But, like, I hang on to them out of this weird little fantasy in the back of my head that one day I'm going to learn how to use that properly, because I didn't do super well with it. And then then one day, I'm gonna need it. I think I used it all of once in an actual video. There's, like, a shot in one of my BlizzCon videos where I get in the doors early, and I'm just filming the convention hall while it's empty still, and that's a gimbal shot. And that's the only time I ever used it. Or at least, yeah, that's the only time I ever used it, like, in public. And even that was, like, the baby one that fit the little camera, because I was too embarrassed to chunk out the big, chunky one for the big camera, because, like, who do I think I am? Why does my pet keep dying? Is it taunting? I need to look into that. You've unspent talent points as the car's extended warranty of WoW. Yeah, I don't know what I want to spend them on, typically. You know what? I actually don't know if my pet is growling or not, because I don't have my pet's growl on my bar. We should stick it there so we can see. It is not, as it shouldn't be. They turn it off when you enter dungeons, but... Hello? Euro tourists in NYC have selfie sticks. I want to go through all my cupboards and drawers and organize things and declutter them. I have cupboard and drawer mess. I was trying to find like a bar of soap or something I have a storage cube under my bathroom sink, and it also contains various detritus from various eras of my hair as well. And it's like, oh, this is completely unnecessary to crawl through. I need to go through this. Figure out what I'm going to keep and what I'm not. It's hard to figure out what I'm going to keep when it comes to hair tools for me, because I change my mind so often. Like, I have hair dye things and accessories right now because I was dyeing my buzz cut pink a few years ago. I guess not a few years ago, it's probably last year. And now I'm happy with my natural color, but who knows how I'm going to feel in another 2 years. Should I hang on to the bottle? I don't know. Get another one if I ever change my mind again? The only thing consistent with me is change. But it certainly doesn't need to live underneath my sink, blocking my access to my favorite bars of soap. Some things will actually, I don't know if they expire. Some of them aren't even open. I did get rid of the hair bleaching stuff though, so it doesn't really make sense to hold on to the coloring stuff because the coloring stuff wouldn't do me any good without the bleaching stuff. My hair is too dark to really show color well unless I lighten it first. And I don't really want to color it again in the near to medium future. I don't know. Even if I stopped shaving my hair, though, it's still nice to have the clippers, because I do my partner's hair. Hello, Hazel. How was Boxing Day? Oh, sorry, I added in the hello. You said your hello earlier. How was Boxing Day? Any bruising? I got a chunk taken out of me by a mystery bug. I don't know what happened. It doesn't hurt and it doesn't itch, which is good, but I've got a gnarly looking bug bite on my leg and I'm like, how did this happen? How did I not notice this? I've been maimed. There's like a piece missing. And I don't know, it doesn't hurt. Can't be too mad. As long as it doesn't happen again, I'm just write it off as a mystery, but oof. Oh, but yeah, I got some new clothes and a panini press. Oh, there's a chest over here. I'm taking the bread. Am I gonna fight Spider-Man now? Which one? I'll fight the John Mulaney Spider-Man. Tom Holland. Radioactive insect bite is basically my last chance for a normal life. Are you relying on that to kind of like fix everything? I don't make my own panini bread, but I should start. I have the power. I have the ability. I got a really nice cookbook for Christmas that's like lots of chefy recipes from like around this local area. And they're all really cool, and I need to just pick one and get some ingredients and try it. Because so far I just sit down and I read the book, and I go, ooh, that's nice. And it's just for entertainment. Like, I'm too scared to try to make anything from it because it's all kind of fancy. There's one thing that wants you to make spruce tips ice cream. And it's like, well, you can harvest your own spruce tips from the fresh foliage of a spruce tree, but be careful to correctly identify it, because you don't want to accidentally eat hemlock. Ice cream. Spruce tree flavored ice cream. I'm not trying to denigrate it by any means. I'm kind of interested. I would eat it. I like matcha ice cream. I don't see why this wouldn't be any different. But like, I read it and I was like, huh? That's new. I have never heard of that. Might be good. I like mint. Yeah. I used to chew on pine needles as a kid. I'm not saying it was a good idea, but you know, I can see it. I suspect that matcha and spruce tree taste completely different. How can people eat something that has a deadly alternative? I don't know, I eat mushrooms. Oh. Okay. People eat pufferfish. Yeah, I'm not people though. I'm not eating pufferfish. They're cute. I'm leaving them alone. I don't harvest my own mushrooms. That's the kind of mistake I could make once. Yes, as a Prime member, you can use a sub for one streamer. You need to link your Twitch and your Amazon account if they're not linked already, and then you should be able to use your Prime sub. There should be like a Prime sub button somewhere on the UI. I am not done doing BFA achievements. I got sucked into time walking for leveling purposes. I think after this one, I'm gonna go back to my Nazmir questing. Pufferfish does not taste amazing. You aren't missing out. Hemlock does not grow in your area. Must investigate. I don't even know where I would like find a spruce tree. I don't think I'm starting with the ice cream. There's other things that you can make that are a little bit more stuff you can get at like the store. I searched for mushroom ice cream. It is a thing. Huh. can't say I've ever desired that in my life. Maybe I'm just not thinking openly enough. Pufferfish have big chompers. I used to watch a big pufferfish on YouTube. It was the aquarium co-op in Washington. He has a actually I don't know if they still have it. I haven't looked in a while, but like a big mascot pufferfish. And it's so cool because they feed them just like whole frozen clams and stuff, and they just chop up these shells and just spit out all the pieces, and all the little fish in the tank will like eat all the little fragments and stuff. So cute. Not a fish for me to keep, but a fish for me to enjoy other people keeping. Maple Syrup, thank you for the 18-month resub. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy holidays. Fish has like flat human-looking teeth. Terrifying. They've got like these big front chompers. You should look it up. It's kind of cool. Wait till you see mantis shrimp. I've seen Simone Yetch dressed up as a mantis shrimp. Does that count? There we go. Time walking journey. I'm just gonna thank the people and I'm gonna leave. Because that is enough for me. That's level 76. That'll do. Hazel, if I wrote a book, would you write a blurb for the back cover? Can I? I have to read the book first, though. I need to read the book to decide if this is something that I want to pin my endorsement on. Actually, I guess you have to read a book to put a blurb on it, otherwise you're just saying things. What's your book about? Or is this just a hypothetical? Because I'm picky and mean. I might not write a nice blurb. I might bully you. Pistol shrimp can make a tiny bubble hotter than the surface of the sun. That's terrifying. Hemlock is indeed a thing in BC. Good thing I did not make any spruce tip tea while I was out there. Near miss. This is definitely one of the books of all time. Need to hear the blurb before I start the book. Oh. I'm a big snob about books. I've been getting kind of picky lately. I've been reading books and I've been like, this book needs to be better organized. And it's like renowned books written by PhDs. Like, who do I think I am to criticize this? What am I doing? I'm becoming like the armchair critic on Reddit, being like, I don't think this is very good, while I just like eat Cheetos. Hazel Moonlighting is an editor. I wanted to be an editor when I was a kid. I feel like those jobs are getting replaced, though. I feel like that's... If the quality of literature is anything to go by, I don't think editors are being heavily used anymore. Oh, man. Got one of my missing BFA achievements done. The World Quest is really getting out of hand. Is up today on EU. People were super nice. Brewmaster monks use their statues, so people could definitely get the achievement. Oh, nice. People would line up, say, I'm after person XYZ. Aw. It's nice when the honor system actually works in WoW. Rare occasions. That's my dream retirement hobby, is to either edit books or write them. But I need it to be a retirement thing because I feel like writing would be much less fun if I had any need for it to sell. You know, like as soon as you're beholden to the whims of the market, it's probably a lot less fun. Takes a little bit of the life out of it. But it's one of those things, is, you know, it's fine and good to talk about wanting to do it. It's kind of like a shut up until you've written something kind of thing. What would you write? Fiction? Probably? Probably. Hard to say though. Kind of a nice dream. Not convinced the AI will replace good writers. I don't think it's going to replace good writers, but it might extinct them. It's we may be exiting the golden age of original creativity. Hard to say. I hope not. I'd love to be wrong. Oh, I missed a thing. This is the trouble with the trivial quests, is even though you can still like track them and see them, these low-level quests, they get grayed out a little bit just to show you that they are low-level. And that makes it easy to miss one when you're picking up a pack of them like that. Tried going to Tumas Thargeras to get the Lockmox. Ended up getting 3 pieces from it, 4 of each other one I didn't want. You can see a humanity that no longer reads. Yeah, it's definitely not what it has been in the past, and I think newer and shorter and more stimulating forms of media are increasingly taking over the landscape. There will always, I think, be a place for novels, if only as, like, the backlash to the current thing that's popular, but it's, you know, it's like how there's still a place for vinyls even though people have Spotify. A lot of people still read. We'll defer to your expertise. I mean, I'm just talking out of my butt here. That's where these ideas came from, is just guessing. I have the authority of person in pub right now. Dialogue UI is the add-on that's making my quest page look different. Yeah, I think it'll always exist as well. I just don't think it's gonna... I don't know. I think it would be hard to... I don't know. like I said, talking in my butt. You have to speak as someone who is a professional. Many people love the experience of reading. Hard to replace. You just hear more and more people talk about how they used to like to read, or they would like to read, but they don't have the attention span for it anymore. The modern media landscape is really rewiring people. And it's not like a, you know, I don't want to moralize about it. It doesn't mean that the old way was better or that this way is worse. It's just definitely different. A lot of media is now increasingly being tooled for consumption while you're also consuming something else. Like, you'll hear about shows that have been made with notes on the script and like notes about in the screenwriting about making sure that this is second screen friendly and making sure that you're spoon feeding things enough that somebody who's only half paying attention can still kind of follow what's going on. A lot of media is getting dumbed down because it's being assumed that you're consuming it at the same time as something else. Which is something that you can't really do with books. You can certainly dumb down a book, and you can make it easier to consume, but you can't make it easy to read at the same time as consuming something else. The only thing you could really do there is like make an audiobook. Like putting you in a second monitor listening while I play WoW. Exactly. Although this, I would argue, is very much designed for it. I'm not designed to be main screen material, and I don't have the creativity or budget to make myself main screen material, right? Like, you'd need the kind of things that I feel like are designed to hold your attention completely are the kind of things that have had a lot of love and attention put into each moment, which is, you know, as live entertainment. This is more like along the lines of a radio show that you would listen to while you drive to work. You're main screen material to me. Aw. Why does this information make me want to read more? I've recently noticed the trend sometimes of like watching a show and being like, this show thinks I'm stupid, and then getting kind of annoyed by it. But it's not everything. It just means that if you put on like a Netflix original movie and you're like, oh yeah, this is slop, you can turn it off whenever you want. And sometimes you need to. I took an online class at edX. Half the class couldn't deal with reading a book. They wanted a video, and specifically not a boring video. I need a few days for my mind to slow down before I'm able to focus on reading a book. Need to turn off digital devices for that. A Netflix memo was leaked saying future screenwriter projects need to have characters announce their profession to make things easier for those half watching while doing other activities. Yeah. I guess it's not, like, for me to say that that kind of content shouldn't exist. There's nothing wrong with watching a Netflix show while you fold your laundry. Plenty of people do that, and if some of these shows are designed so that you can keep up while folding your laundry, whatever it is you're doing, that's not necessarily a problem. It's just that there's nothing that distinguishes that content from things that have been lovingly crafted for you to be more transformative or I shouldn't say transversive, I don't even know what that means. But yeah, I don't know what I want to have as a solution. I'm just complaining. Do I want them to tag these things Because I feel like if you tag them as such, people aren't necessarily going to want to watch them. People don't want to know that they're being pandered to. They just want it to happen. Oh, I got transmog I didn't have. That's kind of nice. Happy about that. What are we talking about? I lost focus. Yeah, and I read an article saying that the second screen phenomenon was really pandemic driven, and I'm sure the pandemic exacerbated it a lot, but people were scrolling on their phones while watching TV well before 2020. That's not a new phenomenon. I mean, I'll throw on YouTube videos and play WoW. Although I have noticed that I perform notably worse in WoW when I'm doing that. It's really only suitable if I'm doing something in like farming or like old questing like this. Not so much effective for raid nights. I think the need for constant distraction increased with the pandemic. Second screeners used to do that before the world had to live in a world-ending scenario. I play WoW and watch people play WoW. Irchi, thank you for the 32-month resub. Belated happy Festivus, Hazel. Happy Festivus. Have you aired your grievances? Good old days, we all sit down in front of the TV, change channels for 2 hours, and then leave. I will put shows on before I'm convinced that I want to watch them because I already have food ready and I don't want to spend my entire, like, mealtime slot just trying to decide what to watch. I'll just, like, throw something on YouTube or like, a show that I don't even know I'm gonna like just because, like, well, I don't want to sit here thinking about it forever. I watch 2 or 3 streams at once while playing 1 to 2 games. Someone described it as needing things outside my brain to need to be as loud as things inside my brain. It's a pretty, like, well understood phenomenon that some people will need to have more kind of white noise, so to speak, to focus. Like, there's people there for a long time, like well before all of this, there's been types of people that want to study in like a quiet library or like in their own dorm room, and then there's the kind of people that want to study in like a coffee shop that's fairly busy because they need that background chatter in order to be able to focus on their own thing. That's definitely not like brand new. Something kind of special when there's only 5 channels for everyone. Everyone watched kind of the same thing, could relate to others about it. Yeah, that's true. But sometimes you ended up just watching stuff that you had no interest in because there was only 1 screen and 1 remote and you were not the person in charge. I feel like media-wise, it would be a lot nicer for relaxation to be young in an era where you can kind of choose what you want to watch, and even if you're watching it on a smaller screen, being able to watch your own show and not the thing that your parents decided they wanted.
I hope that is enough to sate Loa's appetite for now.
Definitely me. Need background noise when I work. Parents would yell at me for listening to music while I do homework. I liked getting to the age where I was allowed to have headphones in while I was studying or working. Although some music worked better for that than others. Even now, I'll put on music while I'm focusing, but it cannot have lyrics, otherwise I get like speech jammed and I can't think. I have to put on instrumentals or just like lo-fi, and then I listen to too much of it, and then I get really sick of it, and then I have to look for something else. Not watching exactly what you want could be a good thing. It could be, or it could just show you like 200 Law and Order episodes that you didn't need. I don't know if those were important to my formation. It's not like I was missing out on high art and documentaries. It was just Law and Order and CSI Miami. The guy with the sunglasses and the blonde hair. And the yeah! Not big on crime procedurals anymore. I think I burned out on them as a kid. I liked Criminal Minds, and that was about the only one. And Matthew Gubler. Greg Gubler? Is that his name? big part of that. Remember this frog being smaller. But he's Cragwa the Huge. No. No.
Enough with these insects.
There we go.
Our foes flee before us.
Bones is my favorite. And House. Yeah, there used to be a lot of medical procedurals on too. ER. I watched a lot of ER as a kid. There we go. Friend of the Frogs. I knew I wasn't 8 of 8 chapters. Although that does mean that there's only 3 chapters left, so we can do this. I think he's coming back to direct some episodes. Oh, good. Do you have any of the YouTube plaques? Yes, I have a silver one for 100,000 subscribers. It's on my wall in a corner where no one can see it now. When I had sometimes I hide it when people come over. I take it down because I don't want to. It's a little embarrassing. Not because it's embarrassing to be a YouTuber. People know I'm a YouTuber, but like having the silver one up and having been kind of, you know, stagnant there for so long, it makes me feel kind of washed up. What am I doing? I'm rescuing you. Hello, you appear to be on lightning. Can I help you? What do you want? You want empowerment potion. That's what you want. Still a hell of an achievement. I don't know if there's Twitch plaques. Twitch as a company is just kind of doing their best. Say what you will about YouTube, but they're a little more organized. I encourage you to be proud. Yeah. Doctor Who is my favorite show of all time, having been born in the UK in the early 70s. It had a big resurgence among my peers when I was a teenager in the 2007s and 8s. A lot of my peers were very into Doctor Who. Once a friend pointed out to me that the most common TV show in North America is the formula of female authority figure and special skill male. Can never unsee it. My brain's trying to figure out how that relates to Survivor. Where's the... Is Jeff Probst's special skills? Disney recently bought Doctor Who? Heard mixed things about the latest series. Oh man. I really thought Disney was heading for a new renaissance. They had a couple of really good new ones. And then I think they lost it. Pardon. Yeah, YouTube is a little borked. I think there is still original, new, well done content. It just doesn't necessarily get surfaced in the same way, and it's not incentivized in the same way. So you're gonna have less of it, and you're gonna find less of it. It's a lot easier. The algorithm is much more likely to show you something that it thinks is gonna make you feel strongly enough to keep watching, and it tends to make these like rabbit holes. Yesterday was 50 years since Tom Baker's first appearance as the Fourth Doctor, most North Americans' image of the Doctor. As somebody who hasn't really watched much of it, the one that comes to mind for me is David Tennant. He was a Doctor, right? I'd have to Google that, but I think so. I think he was the popular one among my peers, but I'm 32. You have to seek it out on YouTube. Indeed, a lot of great original stuff. Okay. They want me to slumber no more in Nasmere. Who's slumbering? Hey, are they chatting? Sometimes they're chatting. Oh, there we go.
Fine, go. I have things to do.
David was the 10th Doctor. I think of David Tennant. The days of things like the game station are gone. Gosh, I was obsessed. I thought that was the pinnacle of gaming content. Those were my formative years of watching YouTube.
Installation of missing data core. Titan Keeper Hezro rebooted. Protocol contain rampant corruption.
Yeah. I have to kind of manually handhold my YouTube algorithm by often telling it I don't like this, don't recommend this, don't recommend this. Because, like, I'll have the same thing. I'll watch one thing out of curiosity. And then it's like, would you like 42 more videos like this? Or, like, you watch a video about dog training, and then all of a sudden it's like, how to dominate your dog. And it's like, whoa, let's all calm down. How to make your dog kill intruders. I'll take a deep breath. Please don't recommend this to me. Dialogue UI is the add-on you're looking for. Dialogue UI. David Tennant is the same age as me by just under a month. The thing I think I saw him the most in was Jessica Jones. He was really good and very creepy in that. Mine calmed down, but it's because half my viewed content is kids shows. Yeah, mine's a weird mix of, well, it's not weird. Mine is a very normal mix of puppies, kittens, and drag queens. A lot of Trixie and Katya, a lot of puppies. Occasionally, like, content-related stuff, but not so much anymore. I think it's occurred to me that the solution to my rut is probably not going to be following a tutorial that is trying to sell me a course. I don't need that. I have Adventure of Nazareth. Speaking of skit shows, should dig into Taskmaster again. There is a bunch of it.
Upgrading auxiliary systems. Please stand by.
Kittens, cat rescue, video game news.
Partial restoration successful. Must continue forward.
Track how far you are with the BFA meta. I just look at the meta itself in game. It's called A Farewell to Arms. That's how I've been doing it. Is I just keep this tracked and then I'll go kind of click through it and see what I need. Reanimated monstrosity bones. Okay. Drag Artist won Christmas edition of Strictly Come Dancing this year. I've not heard of that show. Must excuse myself. There is a scramble to be made. It's the original Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Stars kind of never grabbed me because if I want to watch a dancing competition show, I feel like I want to watch people that can dance or that like have dedicated their lives to dance, and like obviously some celebrities are going to be better at it than others, but like I used to really like So You Think You Can Dance, which was kind of more of like a classic, like a, I don't know, performance competition show, but with different styles of dancers and whatnot, and they would have them do different styles, but like they were all trained like lifelong dancers mainly. How have you not done this one? Your middle name is Meta. Hazel, do you think you can dance? Not by wide societal standards, no. I would not go on any kind of competition show, and at any kind of party or wedding, I would be a little hesitant. However, by technical standards of, do you ever move to music for fun? Of course. I boogie. exclusively in my kitchen. Generally with my dog. But yeah, now that I don't drink, the chance of me actually dancing at a wedding is pretty much 0. Here we go. Now we need to know. Better or worse than Elaine Bennis? Man, Elaine had commitment. I love that scene. Does Moose dance? No, but he gets all excited when you dance with him because he's like, "Are we playing? What are we doing?" Although he's kind of on me by now, so sometimes you get a little bit of the dog eye roll of like, "Come on, mom, you're embarrassing me." But like if he's in the mood to play, and you can kind of. Does he tap dance while he clip his nails? No, he just looks sad. He just gives you his paw and looks mournful, like just tell me when it's over. Fine, do what you will. Huh. It's a little dramatic. I love him. He was so tired. We were up late last night, and he was also up late. Didn't take him out until close to midnight, and he was really sleepy this morning because I guess he just didn't sleep enough. That's the husky in him. All the drama. I've heard some German Shepherds are a bit prone to the drama as well. But yeah, the husky for sure.
Structure interior clear.
I'm gonna seal some void portals.
Newly designated Princess Talanji has joined.
Shepherds are smart enough to be manipulative. Lucy's a smart boy. He's a good boy too. He's getting so much better at things that used to be really hard for him. He's figuring out when I take him to my sister's place, which things are not his, which is to say most things. He used to be terrible for like thieving my nephew's toys, and he's also, I need to use this item, doing much better at leaving them alone and just playing with his toys now, which is hard for a puppy, especially when there's like plush things and little little Lego Elsa and Annas, and they do drama if they think it'll get them what they want. Momo's such a good boy. Here we are. I think this is the second to last chapter. Containment procedure.
Corruption originates from old god contained within Nazmir.
I know we worked with Titan Keeper Hezrel before, and he always makes me think he's just got too many letters in common with my name. I always think he's Titan Keeper Hazel. And I'm like, wait, it's me.
You've come so far, only to fall before the master's fury.
I kept expecting a bunch of fake Legos once the patents expired. Never really happened.
I hope
When I was browsing around on Amazon looking at Lego kits, there are definitely a lot of like Lego adjacent knockoff products because there's a huge market for people that want that kind of thing but don't want to spend $100 a kit. But I don't know. I like my real one. Losons, thank you very much for the 5-month resub. Appreciate it. You're heading.
Titan Keeper Hezrel system
My cat's so comfy.
50% capacity.
I'm gonna bring over this Lego orchid to show you guys at some point, but Miss Kira's not getting up, and I don't want to make her get up.
The blood trolls are gathering in Zulnazman. If you're going to help us, that is where you need to go.
Affirmative. Request no more thought regarding Titan Keeper Hezrel's position.
There is much to do.
How's my rep doing? We're over half with Talanji's expedition. It's kind of nice.
and moving to Zuljan by foot.
I will do whatever
I am ready to
must
take a ride down the
keep
river.
my people
I need to
safe.
talk to Patch.
What's the order? Wait, we're gonna load this thing up, throw ourselves into that river, and blow us
Like a orchid plant even I can't kill.
Let us hope Yokai and the others make it back safely.
Yeah, they had a whole like 2 pages in the front of the manual talking about like the history of orchids and how this one is much easier to take care of. And it's like, well, yeah, duh, it's plastic. No one doubted that. I also didn't, it was the first Lego kit I've ever done, and I thought it was kind of cool that they have little notes in the different pages of the manual about how, well, this piece was repurposed from shoulder pads from larger Lego figures, or like the center of the blossoms are actually tiny frog elements from a Lego Frogs kit, or these things are from, you know, these were, oh, there was another one. I mean, because like obviously lots of these things are like I guess repurposed designs. You know, they're not all custom made just for the orchid, but they're clearly custom issued. You know, they work.
Undead. They are marching towards Zuldazar. We must destroy them.
It just struck me as a little bit funny. Yeah, and it did say it was an homage to the bonsai tree also having frogs as flowers blooms. If I do get another kit one day, the bonsai tree would be the top of my list. That would be the one I want most. It's probably the bonsai tree and then the succulents. The other ones I don't know if I need really. They have like a wildflower bouquet. They have a poinsettia. They might have roses. But the bonsai tree for sure. I do not have the back button add-on for the achievement panel. Maybe one day I should look into it. Birds of Paradise one is my fave. The frog is a specific Lego designer signature. Hazel, did you have a take on a player housing announcement? There's a video floating around of my initial reaction. I think my take is yay. Yes. Good.
You are a step ahead of my father.
There's a frog in all the sets he designs. Oh. Man, I've been on this boat for a long time. Also, this is the kitty cat.
This thing ain't a problem. We just gotta use the old curveball. Curveball!
Oh, curveball! Curveball!
Oh.
That ain't gonna hit the monster. Aim harder.
There we go. That's funny. I didn't know they would roast me for my aim.
We will need to move fast once we land at Zul'jin ruins.
That's a nice boat ride.
You're about to get a front row seat to the latest and greatest of
This is making me excited for the goblin content we're gonna get. I want more of this. All of this. Well, see you later, kitty. You getting up? Oh no! Not denigrating the great user manual. I know a lot of people are like, I don't need to read the manual. I'm just gonna look at this and figure out how it works kind of people. I need to read the manual. I relish reading the manual. Before I even touch the thing, I will pull out the manual, sit on my couch with a cup of tea, and read the darn manual. Saves me a lot of time. Let's not be pessimistic before things happen, alright? Let people be excited about a thing without assuming it's gonna be awful. It might be, but you know, you gotta... Let's just let people be happy, huh? In my book, Legos are used as currency in the post-apocalyptic world. What imbues them with value? Why do people want them?
We have endured many hardships.
Can you trade Legos for food? I mean, I guess that would be currency. That's literally how money works. Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking.
Seek to destroy all that we hold dear. We must not allow their plans to succeed.
I think we're about getting to the end of this. We're giving speeches. That's a good sign.
We will strike down the blood trolls. We will ensure that abomination they are calling forth will never be used against us. With a lower behind us and courage in
Well,
our
while she's chatting.
we will be victorious.
Wow. I made it. I mean, it had like instructions and stuff. But like, it used to be a bunch of little pieces. And now, although I shouldn't adjust it too much because sometimes the things pop off and I have to put them back. It's got the little air roots. And it's got some leafies. And it's got some flowers. It's got a very clear front and a back. Nice. I like the pot. I thought it was funny that the last stage was like, take these brown Lego claw elements and just pile them in there to function as mulch. They don't actually like connect together. They just like, you just fill up the pot with them. I was thinking of putting the extra pieces in the pot underneath the mulch elements just to store them in there. It took me like three sessions, I think. I don't know how long the sessions were though. I would say maybe 3 or 4 hours, but like I took my time with it. I would organize all the pieces before I got to building anything. The same as the bonsai tree, just a bunch of loose Lego in the base. It was just like it was just surprising to me, but it makes sense. I kind of felt like I was potting a plant because I've done that a few times in my life, and I was like, this is just like when I'm piling dirt over the roots to settle the thing in. Our plan to dominate the entire world with Legos coming through. When I was a kid, you could either build a Lego square house or a rectangular house. If you got the Lego bug, can we look forward to a building stream one day? Is this a thing? Do people watch Lego building streams? When I was building it, I was thinking, this is just for me. this is of no interest to anybody else. They do. Interesting. Okay. I think we're final battle adjacent over here. People watch streams of everything. Sure, it's a thing. I have one up right now. Alright, well, if I ever do stream it, you know, in 3 to 5 business years, I'm doing it my way. I'm not taking any advice. Tech YouTubers planning on starting a secondary Lego building channel. That piece goes there. Tuesdays has a Lego building stream train. Yeah, you can stream anything. It's just a question of whether or not it's sustainable for you to stream compared to like your normal content. But I guess, you know, you don't have to replace your normal content with it. You just kind of turn it on. Backseat building. I'm sure people do backseat build. I'm sure that's a thing. Used to stream Lego building. I am working on the meta, Chief. I'm trying to do all the main story campaigns for Horde so that I can access some of the last war stories is what I'm doing here.
Whoa! You got their attention now! Big Horde incoming!
You think I'm gonna let you die where you're still The rest of these fellas be all yours.
Going for Johnny? Yeah. Eventually, anyway.
You still be
It's kind of a process. But I'm a little bit glad that I had this much to do because it's kind of making me savor it. We're taking our time, you know. We're not in a huge rush. It's not like I just had 4 things to chip away at and then it was going to be job done. And I feel like it's going to be satisfying as I get through the different pieces of it. Yeah, you gotta do Horde and Alliance. That's why it's taking me so long, is because I had done very little of this Horde content before. And you need a lot of it done on one character in order to access some of those later story quest lines.
Go. I'll be watching the flank.
The weirdest thing I've read in a manual was my Honda Prelude manual where it said for best gas mileage, drive with the parking brake off. I love that because it makes me feel like a great driver. I never drive with a parking brake on. I'm doing great.
Gonna be
Look at me go.
mouth of yours.
I did get the Brutosaur. I got a big gold gift for Christmas that I turned into tokens for it.
Comfort and luxury, safe from hunger and death. Your people be soft.
The Zandalari have the finest navy in the world. We have proven our
You is starting to bore me now, princess. I got no time to play.
I will not let that happen. I am the shield of...
The awakening ritual will be completed. Servants, deal with them.
Thank you, hero. She is far stronger than I thought. Zandala. Great Kragwa, we have need of your aid.
You speak to Kragwa?
No, we're leaving.
Enough with these insects.
Well,
On to their leader.
and I got some more transmogs. I actually got a lot of them. It's nice getting like all of the options for these quest mogs as you do them.
Our forces are keeping the rest of the blood trolls at bay, but they cannot hold out forever.
Have you and Flabby done much pal worlding? A little bit. The holidays, we were kind of busy over the holidays, so we haven't really... We killed Chillet on our hardcore server. We haven't done a lot since then. But we were also having a problem where Flabby was like disconnecting, like his game was crashing. I was hosting the server and his game kept like 404ing or whatever, you know, like it kept crashing, which is kind of a problem, especially on a hardcore run. You don't want to lose your best pals or your game.
Zandala forever. Vengeance for
Alright.
Reported. Titan Keeper Hezrel be wandering at the base of the structure. Watch your back.
I will not forget.
We've been expecting Hezrel to help us in the fight, but he ran off to do
Buy more Lego, everyone. My country's GDP could use it. Guess you're an above average driver. You don't do all sorts of crazy things I see on the road. I hope so. I am
Of all the things
a
that not seem right in now,
cautious driver.
this place seems the most
I do occasionally irritate people by not making choices fast enough. But they're like I'm not doing anything dangerous. Like I'm not cutting people off. I'm just waiting for for me to be sure that there's like, you know, like when you're yielding or whatever, that there's a gap that I'm confident that I can make it in. And the more I drive, the more experience I get, the better that gets. But yeah, I'm definitely still that kind of new-ish. I know I'm not new, but like I drive like someone who is new but taking it seriously and also has studied a lot, basically. So I'm paying full attention. I'm definitely like doing things very preemptively, very proactively, and with lots of buffer room kind of thing. But I have a policy, which is that I would rather be honked at for doing something too slowly than for doing something unsafe, especially if everybody around can like see and prepare like for stuff. Especially when it comes to like making unprotected lefts and whatnot. Imagine raids in your base in hardcore are unfortunate. So far they're not bad. Like our pals have been just dominating everything that raids the base. But yeah, we'll see. It might get dicey eventually. So I got an Underrock quest. And now they're taking me back to Zuldazar. Should I fly or should I hearth? Am I gonna regret not hearthing? Maybe I'll fly so that I can fly to turn in the Tortolan Emissary too. While I'm thinking about it.
Kill anything that's not his Andalari.
I don't need... Actually, I do. I was going to say, I don't need to do these world quests for rep anymore because I'm exalted. And I am exalted, but I'm sure there's something that I need for the... Yeah, there's the Warbeast Crawled Dinner Bell. There's a thing I could get. Toy, probably, for... out of the Paragon cache, if I'm lucky. What did Moose get for Christmas? Or Hanukkah if he's Jewish. Moosey got 2 new toys that were actually brand new versions of old toys that he loved so much that he eventually either de-squeakered them or ripped them to shreds. So he got some brand new ones to start fresh with that he hadn't seen in a long time, and he was so excited. Unfortunately, one of them, like, immediately, like, the squeaker came dislodged in it, so it doesn't squeak, but he seems to love it very much anyways, so... I suppose that's fine. Should I get this, this belt? It's transmog. It's transmog I get to keep. And then we're going back to Zoldazar. The real exciting moment is going to be if we get to Zoldazar, we turn all this in, and then we see Bwansamdi with a quest up in Zanchul in the northern Dazarlor region. That's what we really want to start.
The torrent stands proud.
Campaign seems good. Oh, I didn't know there was all this writing here. That's the Chewy commercial where the same dog toy is on subscription once a month. Lucy loves toys, but he does go through them. Maybe I should just do this Bloodgate thing. Maybe that's necessary. It doesn't say that it's part of the campaign. It says it's just a Zoldazar quest. Hidden prerequisites, man. The other thing I could do is look around and see what other kind of zone achievements we can chip away at for a break. I feel like I must be so close to being able to start Spirits Be With You, though. I'm gonna wow hit it one more time. Remember needing to do this one? Okay. I was like a little put off because it doesn't have the campaign-shaped quest marker, but that's encouraging. I'll do it. It won't take very long. I did not know that Legos are Danish. Huge Lego theme park in Denmark. Legoland. I've heard of Legoland. Entirely built out of Legos. Oh, that was a world quest. But there was an actual quest out there as well that we did do. It's just getting a little confused. I'm gonna be so excited when I start the actual quest line that I need. I feel like we've done like 8 hours of questing just to be able to start the quest that I actually was missing. Although I did need the 4th war, so it was nice to get that done. I feel like I'm so close. Because once we're working on the island time, I know a lot of those achievements are or at least a good chunk of them seem to be world quest based and needing certain world quests to come up, but I want to kind of go through so I can make notes of all of those ones, write down the world quests I'm looking out for, and then, you know, do all the rest of them. We're gonna get this done. Plus, I think there's mounts along the way somewhere. Like, there's some sub-achievement mount. Yeah, you get the Honeyback Hive Mother for doing island time. And that's gonna be the first actual... Oh, it's a black bee! That's cool! I like that. The first, like, BFA-style bee that my poor Horde character can ride. Stuck on the 2 Nazmir world quest. They are never up. I need those as well. I wonder how many other ones are world quest based. If I'm gonna get stuck in a bunch of zones for that, or what? Not salty at all that the Horde can't ride the awesome honeybee. Maybe one day they'll just rip off that band-aid and change it, and, you know, children world round shall throw flowers in the streets. Everybody will stand up and applaud. Wow, equity. Justice has been done. Not only can Horde not get it, they can't even ride it if their account has it, which is not the case for the Horde mounts. Like, you can't get Quaffon on an Alliance character, but you can ride it if you got it on a Horde character. On anything. I want to see a massive orc riding the bee. I don't even want this stupid bee. Frick the bee. It can buzz off. Also, I'm doing a terrible job of this. I need a target for the beam. And then Trihorn charge is going to be a enemies in my way kind of thing. Oh, I have to charge it up. I gotcha. Yeah, I think we're better off with just our regular spammed button here. Like 8,000 gold. Also, I keep spending like 1,200 gold on random like bracers and belts and gloves and stuff from the rep vendors that have transmog that I technically don't have. I had such a nice holiday. I'm so happy. It was wonderful. I've had lots of time to relax. I got to see all kinds of family. I got to eat lots of lovely food. I got to have lots. I mean, I always have cozy streams. Like, we do this all year, but it's just been so nice. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I got my kitty. I was a little worried that she wouldn't be here for Christmas, so it was really nice having her. Did you watch the season of The Alone? Where there were 2-man teams, and was that not the worst? I did, and it was. And I refuse to watch any, like, the other survival shows, especially when they put them out there in teams. Oh, Zandalar Forever, that is important. Because, because... I don't want to watch people yell at each other in the woods. I want to watch people break down on their own in the woods. It's different. Although I will say that the scene with the 2 redheaded brothers where they finally achieve a thing without spoiling anything too much, and then they both like kind of look at each other, and they've been fighting all day, and then they both like put their hands over their head and they go, yeah! I do that quite often. That's a very memeable moment. That's like my favorite kind of celebration. Yeah! You gotta have both hands over your head. After this, surely they're going to let me... they're gonna let me start the last 2 quest lines. Watching alone is really funny because in the first like 3 episodes, you can tell who's gonna go out super early to mid game based on who is building the Taj Mahal of shelters. Because you know that whoever just like makes like a little like sleeping bag sized like rabbit hut in the side of the hill is going to be dug in the longest, and it's the person that spends like half of their body weight worth of calories building like a custom cabin. They're not gonna make it. I think there have been a couple of episodes where like someone that made a super elaborate shelter made it pretty far, but I don't know. Never saw the show, but I like the metaphor. I love the show a lot, but it's not perfect. It just makes me think. It makes me think a lot. It also makes me glad that I have like a roof and like food and running water and stuff. Sometimes it makes me want to go camping, but like with none of the deprivation that they go through. But the thing that I feel like makes it alright, or makes me feel better about watching, also I'm going the wrong way, how hard things are for people on the show alone is the fact that they signed up for it. They were really excited to do it. They've been kind of training for it their whole lives, and they can tap out whenever they want. The part that makes it a little Squid Gamesy is when they're like, well, my long-term health is on the line. My mental health is on the line. I really want to go home now, but if I do, I can't afford to get essential medical treatment for my disabled child or whatever it is. And you're like, well, that's dystopian. Not necessarily through the show's fault, but just society. Those parts I kind of wish people didn't feel like it was, like the money was that life-changing that they needed to put themselves in this much danger for it. But they haven't lost anybody, so that's good.
Siege your western border. Do something about it.
I can't imagine what it would feel like to catch a big fish when you need it that badly. And you've like built your lure out of like a tin can you found on the beach and your own hair. And it finally works and you land a huge fish and you can finally eat. You're just like, must be good. Stage 4 of 8. Only halfway there. Gratitude reminder for sure. Been getting back into WoW since BFA. What do I use for WoW add-ons or mods? Can't remember. Did they change it? I use CurseForge. There's the CurseForge client, and I use that to install and maintain my add-ons. There are other options as well. That's just what has been working for me. I also, if you're curious about the add-ons that I have installed, I have a list. I have a spreadsheet where I keep track of which ones I've got on, with links to them if you're curious, but don't feel like you need to use an add-on just because it's here. You know, you gotta pick and choose what you actually want. Any civilians to rescue in here? Mm-hmm.
Only the finest goods.
Come to trade.
You know, nice thing about WoW is that so far it seems to be always here for you. You can take many years of break, and when you're ready to come back, there's something going on. Do you have a New Year's Eve dress? I don't. I was actually kind of shopping for one, and then I was like, who am I kidding? This is a waste of money. Next year, maybe I'll get something ahead of the holiday season so I can wear something to a few different occasions. But no, I don't have a New Year's Eve dress. I'm probably going to wear my New Year's Eve pajamas and go to New Year's Eve bed.
Champion, Deloa and I will hold off Mithrax for as long as possible. Find my father.
Do you have a New Year's Eve dress this year, Irchi? You got some nylons picked out? Something a little glimmery, a little satin? New Year's Eve PJ party. Yo, what if I break out? Oh no, I can't. I don't have enough controllers. Oh, maybe I do. Break up Mario Party for New Year's Eve.
Don't be lazy now. Take up your spears again.
No stream for New Year's. Not planning a stream for New Year's. I'm gonna do a quiet one at home, I think. I'll be here New Year's Day. Debating whether I want to go out to a party with friends, stay home, be cozy, legitimately conflicted. If there was a party, I would go. Because you don't have to stay if you really, like, if you're not having fun. You can always just kind of make an appearance, say hi, say Happy New Year, eat a canapé, and, like, go home and get in your jammies. But, like, I don't know. I feel like you've got the whole year for cozy and jammies. If you have a party and you've got friends that you can spend it with, I would at least consider it. Mario Party. Have you ever not done? I don't think I did one last year. Did I? I've definitely taken them off before. CurseForge Standalone. CurseForge Standalone is what I use and what I prefer. Overwolf has some controversies.
You're so fucker own.
Meow. It's so funny to me because I'm doing this in very much the wrong order. You don't get nearly this many cutscenes anymore. There was a lot for sure. I don't know if I can complain that they're gone when I'm skipping them anyway. Alright, that was 300 rep. The final seal. Complete Zandalar forever, so that was important. Still no guy in Zanchul though. Let's go talk to Bane. When you go to a party, do you leave with the Irish goodbye? I don't think I've gone to a party as an adult. To be quite frank with you. I've gone to like family gatherings. Does that count? I feel like I split the difference. I definitely say goodbye, but like I don't take 20 minutes to do it. It was like, well, time to go. Get my dog and get my shoes and etc. Thank you for having me, etc., etc. No, none of there. Because I forget which one. One of the goodbyes is when you just, like, leave. Echo Isles. I don't know if this is important or not, but it could be. And they're still not giving me the quest that I want. If I could get away with it, I would just, like, sneak out whenever I was done. Leave without saying goodbye to anyone. In a big enough party, it's kind of impractical to say goodbye to everybody. But I feel like you have to say goodbye to the host. It's rude to not say goodbye to the host unless you like know them well enough to know that nobody cares. But like everybody, I don't know. You just kind of like wave at them across the room as you leave. See ya. Tiny Hazel leaving from someone's 7th birthday party without telling anybody. Oh dear. Hi. Hi, baby girl. You hear this? There's some serious motor going on. Uh-oh. My bird not flying. Hi. She's so easy to make happy. All she wants is love. She just wants pets and cuddles, a nice warm lap to sleep on. You know, she wants her food and her water and stuff and clean litter, but who doesn't? And she just wants love. She just wants you to say hi. She like perks up whenever I talk to her. Even if I haven't pet her yet, if I just like say her name and I like greet her, she'll be like, "Oh, hey, it's you." She's so sweet. I don't know if I remember this going this far. Cats make me want to cry. It's so sweet. Hi, sweetie. I'm really lucky to have gotten to spend 10 years with her. She's the best. Although one day we're gonna need a bigger bed. Because she has been wreaking havoc with my sleep in the last like month. She wants to sleep right next to my face, and it means that I can't like roll over or move. There's just not enough space, and it makes it tough to get a good night's sleep. One day, we'll figure something out.
Someone call for the doctor?
Your spirit burns bright. Don't be angering the spirits.
I may be barking up entirely the wrong tree with these quests, but I am actually getting Zandalari Empire rep. Like, lots of it, so that's something, I suppose. Kind of love is hard to turn down. I think that's what makes my life all, like, warm and meaningful. Is all of my loved ones and my loved animals, you know? The people and the pets. I'm big mushy when it comes to dogs and cats. I love all of them. Ellie, Shaman, or Warlock? Please help. Oh. What's chat gonna tell you? Is chat gonna tell you Shaman? I feel like Warlock, but I'm just in a Warlocky mood.
I won't be forsaking God's blessing.
Good luck. And keep a good mojo closer.
What's the status of the detente between Moose and Kira? They're at quite a lovely truce. She very much tolerates him. He gives her space. He gazes longingly. She sleeps with indifference. He is very, very slowly wearing her down, though. And I think he's starting to grow on her. I've seen her bump into him and not even get mad and just kind of keep going. The only thing that really gets him into trouble with her is if the dog is wagging his tail and he clips the cat with it. She hates that. And he has very little awareness of where his tail is, and he's working on it, but it's hard for him. It's pretty big and it's got a pretty wide arc. And usually he's happy when he's doing that, and he doesn't know exactly where his body is because he's just so happy.
They're not gonna come back from that.
Big bouncy happy puppy. How you doing? Okay.
Virgin be watching over
Yeah.
us.
Few spirits have ever shown such power, Master Gathering. I invite you to bring this chieftain's ashes to a
This is a Maghar orc. Maghar orc. I put myself in Blood Troll Mog for a while just because I was doing the Nazmir thing. Actually, they have a portal set up here? They have a boat to Dazarlor. Should I take the boat? Is it coming? Does it still go? I could just hearth there. I have my hearth off cooldown.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles, like you.
Check for upgrades. Get some transmogs. Still have a couple of heirlooms to replace. I'm sure that'll happen eventually. Oh, hang on. That's a gun that is much better than my heirloom weapon. That will be a huge help. Must have gotten that out of a dungeon. Those are no, those are not my armor type. They are an item level upgrade, but they're not male. Oh, there's the boat. I was just about to take a break, but I shouldn't because it's here. Did you know that there's this consumable item in BFA called Bomb Somdi Mojo Bombs? I must have given those to me for a quest. Ringus Bingus, thank you very much for the 36-month resub. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season. Thank you. I hope you did as well. I almost don't want to delete them because their name is so fun. But they don't vendor for anything. Zoldak, what are you talking about? Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, chat, we all have to guess what boss Zoldak is fighting in LFR. We're on Onsarek. Oh, okay, alright, alright. You ruined the game! Yeah, it is Onsarek. I was thinking Princess from Moradon, but she's not in LFR right now. My kitty. All right. Sense of obligation. I wonder if that one's relevant. Takes thousands of years to form one like that. We were waiting in chat for people to run to Queen to start the fight, and I made jokes. You're fine. I thought it was funny. I don't know why I checked the values of each one of those things before vendoring them. They weren't going to be worth posting. Oh, I forgot I did a Goldeneye mission. I like these rep missions. They feel well worth it. What do you want?
There is much to be done.
Don't know whether or not that's important. This mount is the Leaping Vein Seeker. Leaping Vein Seeker, and it is from... It's a world drop in Nazmir off of the Blood Trolls. It is also available on... Like, you can buy it from other players, if they have farmed it. If I look at Undermine Exchange... I think the item itself, if you're searching to buy it, is called something else, because like the item that teaches it is a bit different. What is the name of the item? Tamed Blood Feaster. Reigns of a Tamed Blood Feaster. So about... Here, I'll show you. Just in case you wanted to know. So that's the mount that I'm on. If you didn't want to farm it yourself, which is quite a long farm, there are, on North American realms, 272 of them available. Average price is somewhere in the 250k range, but there is one for 150k. And that is available on Draenor. US realm Draenor has 150,000 gold blood feasters. And with the Warbank, it's easy to move your gold around. Gonna go. Have a good day. See you later. Do you know if I don't know if Pandaria Remix is coming back. I know they're gonna do another remix. I wouldn't expect it to be Panda, though. Bought a minion to Grumpus for 60k because my RG was horrible. I'm gonna take a short break. I will be right back. The very gentle be reseated so as not to disturb the gently perched kitty cat. Hi. Well, that was the Reigns of the Tamed Blood Feaster. They used to be even cheaper back when people could just like print them with multi-boxing, but what are you gonna do? I think I should maybe relog just in case it's relevant. I don't know if it will be, but like, let's just I'm just gonna restart the whole game, just in case it helps. I'm also gonna pull up the Wowhead page for Spirits Be With You, which I think is the next one that I'm hoping to unlock. After you complete the final seal and have revered. So I am revered. 3 zone storylines and a short final quest line in Zoldazar. So that's probably what I'm working on. I did do the final seal though, because I did Zandalar Forever. I did the Bloodgate thing. I still don't see Bonsomdi and Zenshul though. Maybe I should just go look. Salazan. Oh, hang on. I'm on it. I'm literally doing it right now. Salazan Returns was part of the Spirits Be With You. I'm not dumb, but haha. I'm like looking at this Wowhead chain being like, how do I start this? Where do I begin? I'm literally doing it. We did all that at the training grounds. Okay, I just need to pin down what part I left on. Okay. What was the last thing that I did? I have honoring a true leader. That is step 5. All right, I'm on it. We're going. That's so funny. Guys, I don't know if it's ever going to give me this quest line. Literally in the middle of it. Gosh. I don't know what this is, but I don't think I need it. I'm going to untrack it for now. It's impossible to start this one. Nope. Vigor done. Bird tired.
I've been trained. We come bearing the ashes of
Vision
Vol'jin,
of the Bark
son
witnessed.
of Senji, to be honored in this. Vol'jin made a deal with Wan Sabre.
This is an honor seldom awarded to one not of Zandalar. Come,
Aid us, Bonsomdi. Help us regain our hold.
Vision of the
Turn
Horde.
the dark spear to the Isles
Vision
and
of
hear
the
your
War
drums
Chief.
Again. Drink your ritual.
3 World Quest achievements away. I'm so upset that I never did them back in the day, but they're all Horde. Still. This was before I really had any concept of expansion metas. So I wasn't being as thorough back then. So there was like a lot of stuff I never did. I didn't even bother doing like the rare, the treasure achievements back in the day. Okay, so we have to do a Tel'Dazar. Dungeon difficulty. We'll just stick it back on normal. Maybe I can do it in heroic. I've got some more level now. There was some transmog I was missing. Did you mog any characters to wear the redone sets? You know, not a single one, actually. Not a single one. So I don't think I need to do the dungeon necessarily.
The temple belongs
Maybe
to
I
my
do.
master now. Soon, Zul will awaken Dazar. Then the throne
I need like a lot of transmog.
will rise again.
Might be worth doing just for that. Yeah, excuse me. See if he wants to give me anything.
Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step. Phase 2. Watch your feet.
Oh yeah, this is a lot faster than it was last time. Don't forget to slash bow at Razan before you kill him. Ooh, good idea. I don't have that achievement yet, so I can remember that this time. Oh, I got 2 pieces of transmog. I knew I wanted to be in here. Looks like there's something if I just keep going this way for the quest that I'm actually on. Like that I can mog for free during the anniversary during that one event. I've been spending tons of golden transmog because I've been too lazy to go back and wait for it. So he just wants me to go to Bonsomdi and Nesmir for that. Although I do need... What is this for? Oh, it's just a world quest. We can bow at Razan. I'm so happy whenever I can like sneak a little bit of transmog farming into my meta achievement farming. I don't need to clear these bosses, but you know, look at all the stuff that I could get. I don't have many of it. Priestess Alonza's got like all kinds of things. I must not have done very much heroic. I think I did a lot of mythic. Yeah, exactly. We're being efficient. That's precisely right. Plus it's fun because we just did this dungeon like yesterday or something like that, maybe the day before. And I did it on normal, and either because of scaling or because I've gotten a bunch more gear since then, it took me a lot longer last time. I had to fight things for quite a few more globals. There we go, she's all done. Another 2 pieces of transmog for me. I really thought I had more of the BFA dungeon mod collected, but I guess not. Question is, am I wasting my time by collecting BFA dungeon mod from dungeons? Because what if they just do a remix one day and I can get it all that way, or, you know, does it all, is it worth it? I am doing the BFA meta. Alright, slash bow. Let me double check on, it's not done. Bow to your master. There we go, your respected Razan. I wonder what achievement that's needed for, actually. Is it one of these? It might not be needed. It might just be an achievement. You're doing the wrong BFA content. You're supposed to be in the Siren Isle. I collect dungeon mod way, way less because of what you just said. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got a kilt. That's not a kilt. That's a lie. That is explicitly not a kilt. Those are pants. Each leg is encased, pardon my lisp. Each leg is encased in a thief. It's in Hot Tropic. Is it in Hot Tropic? Let me look at it again. It is in Hot Tropic. You're absolutely right. I offer my apologies. I'm gonna need to respect a lot more Loa. I've been seeing them all too. Oh, oopsies. Well, that'll be a nice little tour.
Impressive. You made it farther than I thought. But I will still be drinking.
What do you think she's gonna get? There's a dagger. I've gotten quite lucky in getting
Dispel. AOE
specifically
incoming.
things that I was missing. How could I have 0 of 6? I just got new things. DBM voice pack is still kicking around, yeah. Should be able to search it up on CurseForge. One or two that take a quest line, the others are very easy. Well, the good news is I've done the quest lines because I had to do all of them to start working on Spirits Be With You. So hopefully they're all still hanging out where they were and I don't have to do it during the quest line. Alright. Bonsomdi and Nesmir. Yeah. I might actually be able to finish War Stories today. Because these War Stories quest lines take dramatically less time than like the 300 quests that you have to do to unlock them. Wild. Hey. This way. Took a while, but I found it. Oh. I haven't updated it recently, but it should still function. Might yell at you that it's out of date, but should work. I don't think I need to do the Champions of Azeroth thing. I'm pretty sure because that one was available to Alliance, I got all of the cosmetics from that faction. When are you updating it? What an excellent question. Wouldn't it be crazy if the big blood moon just opened up like a tulip and it was a big flower the whole time? Somebody's just been jumbo gardening. I want an expansion on Azeroth's moon. Remember in Legion when we were going on like these demon invasions onto like random planets? I was very excited about that. Conceptually, and I really shouldn't have been.
No! Where be the spirit? Where be Vol'jin? No! No!
I wonder if he's gonna send me back into a Tal'Dazar.
Gonna like this. Old Bonsam did not been losing a spirit and oh, this be bad. Another day, another day.
The Lost Spirit. Okay, so now we can go back and pick it up. I'm just gonna hearth back to Zarlor. Better than adding infinite islands that somehow nobody has ever noticed. I guess my expectations for going to all of these like mysterious alternate planets was that they would be more interesting than just like the snow one. Or, oh look, a swamp. But obviously we weren't gonna get like a whole new universe, a whole new ecosystem for everything. That would have been crazy. I need a Hazel emote that's like a sarcasm indicator. More for my benefit than anything else. I can never tell. I take everybody at face value. Okay. This is very exciting. There's only 3 left here. Everybody? Nearly everybody. Some people I don't take seriously ever. Speaking of planets, what do you think about Draenei in general and Torrens? I like Draenei well enough. I thought that I kind of enjoyed the mystery from before we went to Argus compared to the, like once we actually saw the world that they came from, it sort of, I don't know, it wasn't as mysterious anymore. I liked imagining that they came from something crazy. Torrens are nice. I don't come across them that often. Once you open the spaceship door, can't close it.
They are wondering where you are.
At some point, Rat will merge into StarCraft. I mean, Hearthstone's having their StarCraft crossover expansion.
So much loss. So many without guidance. So many without justice.
If I wasn't paying attention, I would think he's just a bit seasick.
Be taken by Gaul.
Vol'jin, can you hear us?
Zerg was my favorite faction to play in StarCraft when I did play.
How can old Vol'jin help ya?
Plug the glaive of Vol'jin in Gahoon's corpse. Oh. Okay. Looks like we're doing Eldir. I can solo Eldir. Level 74, 76. Worth a try. Kind of tempted to have them fly me over there. My bird's gonna run out of gas. That's a stable master. Flight master's on this side. Hello. You can take me this far. Zerg is too many APM if you play it well. Protoss here, even if I was terrible with them. Hope we'll get an Asdrul Naruba underground zone, either at launch or as a patch zone. Want that which was unfinished and scrapped. I mean, is Ashkahet not kind of what that is? It's underground, it's Nerubian. Like I know what you mean with like the underground Nerubian areas in Wrath and how that was a bit different, but SC2 made me love Zerg. Only really play the campaigns anyway. Used to be a Protoss kind of guy in SC1 and Brood War. I like the way they tumbled. I like the little somersaulting guys. The Banelings, that's what they were. Those were really fun. I had a Baneling plushie that turned into a Zergling. It was like you could reverse it. I don't know what happened to that. I don't think I have it anymore. Might have been lost in one of my moves. Who am I gonna be when I grow up, kitty cat? It's New Year's, I gotta figure it out. What am I gonna do? That sounds like a terrifying plushie. Oh, it was kind of cute. Oh, I just pet her a little bit. She started purring again. Alright, we're going to Eldir. I'm probably gonna do this on normal. I don't know if LFR would have worked. It might have done. I don't even know if you can do these in LFR. You may, probably. Actually, don't know. Oh, hang on. Gahoon's right here. I don't have to do the whole raid. I just had to come see him. He got spit out the side. I had no idea. That's hilarious. That's good that they didn't make you do the raid. I was ready to like full clear the raid. I was like, I'm gonna get some transmog from this. This turns in back into Zarlor. Alright, alright. Well, I'm glad I checked. They probably wouldn't have let me do it in whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, this popped up but I couldn't. It's probably in a cave. I've got alts from Remix that I don't even recognize. Same. I have alts in Remix that were like conceptualized and executed in like under one stream. I had no chance of registering those in my long-term memory. It was never going to happen. Like the Gahoon fight? I liked parts of the Gahoon fight. Oh, I love these big mountains. I think I'm gonna be walking up some stairs here. Bird tired. I don't know if the pyramid was a great place to live, but it is gorgeous. I don't know which you know what I'm gonna do? I don't know which critters I need to love, and I was gonna do it last, but I kind of want to just like have a slash love macro. There's gotta be a heart in here somewhere. Pardon me, or something similar from like Love is in the Air. There's gotta be something pink. I mean, that's something pink, but I think it's somebody's soul being ripped out of their mouth. It's kind of Valentine's-y. Here's a flower. That'll do. Really gotta make that icon window searchable, right? Just so I can, like, target a critter and just hit the macro just to have... just in case. Did I miss anything? What's this about souls? Oh, nothing. I finally got to working on the achievements. Oh, wow, lots of rep, too. Finally got to working on the achievements, the war stories. Spirits be with you! Woo! I needed that. Excellent. Now, for war stories, I only need the Shadow Hunter and bonus points. Pretty sure I can just start it, because I think that Spirits Be With You was my last prereq for that. I am exalted with the Zandalari Empire, and that was important. I think this might be it. We're just gonna keep motoring. Inspired by Flavie, I made a gives you a plushie emote macro for fun to see how people react to it. Who doesn't love juice? What about juice? I like juice. I had some non-alcoholic mimosas over the holiday. That was kind of fun. I also had some non-alcoholic margaritas, which were basically just like a sparkling lime juice. They were nice. I cut up some fresh lime, had some ice cubes, stuck them in a wine glass. My glassware game is kind of lagging behind my glassware needs.
I will do whatever I must to keep my people safe.
You have made a dire
At the Broken Shore. The Broken Shore. Alright, I'm taking my dollar on Hearthstone. My goodness. Had non-alcoholic vodka on the rocks? Is that just ice water? Did you just have some ice water? We don't need drunk Hazel. We can have tired Hazel. It's the same thing. It really is. Tired and loopy is pretty much the same thing as drunk ever was for me. Potato flavored water. It's the water that you soaked your hash browns in. Get the starch out of it. My sister and her husband had like a non-alcoholic beverage subscription that they've been doing. So they had like some different things to try over the holidays. I also had a non-alcoholic wine. It was kind of nice. It was a red wine. And it didn't give me a headache. It's funny how I think that like decaf coffee is just a perversion. Not just because I drink caffeine, so I don't really need it or see the point. But I'm all about the non-alcoholic drinks that are pretending to be boozy but aren't. They're just fun. Makes it feel like a party without having to actually drink. Grape juice. Drier grape juice though, like not super sweet and a little drier. It was kind of nice. Great if the devs added a Legion meta before Legion's remix. I'm down for as many of these as they want to jam in. I will work on stuff like this all day. This is really fun for me. This is one of my favorite things to do in game. Why not just drink some juice? Juice is sweeter and it's not quite the same vibe. I am the Rebel. We'll be getting beer with friends tomorrow. Are they boozy or bougie? Still having fun doing the meta? I haven't even stepped foot on the Siren Isle. I've been kind of Siren slacking. I've been and I've done some quests and I've like started some things, but I really haven't been very thorough and there's been plenty of days that I just haven't gone at all. Yeah, my mom's very into the decaf coffee. But she's off caffeine now, so that makes sense to me. I'm not against caffeine, but my cardiologist isn't a fan. Alright, so now we're going to Orgrimmar. I'm in combat. What if I feign death? I'm just gonna fly back to Dalaran. I need to get oh, I can't actually, can I? I was gonna say I need to get teleport cloaks in this character, but she's guildless. I will be attending a New Year's gathering, and I'm afraid it will be weird that I'm not drinking. I know that feeling. No way to know until you go, but I bet you it'll be fine. You might not even be the only one. Or you can just, like, you know, have, like, a virgin drink and then pretend, you know, just, like, be really fun. It's tough when it's old friends you have not seen for a long time and they remember the drinking version of you. I mean, you might be remembering the drinking version of them. Maybe they've changed too. In various ways. Dropping by to say thanks for all the raid guides. Thank you for watching them. Doing old achievements I never got around to, like killing all the Outland and Northrend rares, and boy are they... Yeah, they used to be actually rare. You're brave. That's a tough achievement. I'm gonna be so excited to have War Stories done, because then it's... We don't have to play, like, Quest Spaghetti anymore. Yeah. I feel like there's a reasonable chance at a lot of gatherings like that there's somebody that isn't going to drink for various reasons. Maybe they're, like, just getting sober, maybe they don't want to, maybe they've got, like, a health thing, whatever it may be. And they might be feeling a bit weird about it too. And that's one of the reasons that I like being somebody that doesn't drink anymore, is I want them to have another person on their team, you know? I want them to feel like a tiny, like, there's at least one extra person that's just, you know, having fun and not drinking. Virgin drink thing, just avoid questions. I think nowadays it's becoming more acceptable than it used to be and less of, like, a weird thing. But it may vary very much by region. I live among very welcoming and progressive people that kind of are happy with whatever you're doing as long as you're happy. Oh, I'm sorry. I should be escorting him. Sorry. Oopsies. Kind of miss doing stupid stuff at New Year's parties, but glad I ain't doing that anymore. I'm just too attached to, like, a really good sleep. And I never slept well after drinking. You could sleep, you could drink until you passed out, but it wasn't good restful sleep and you would just wake up feeling like garbage. I want to stick my feet in my fuzzy slippers and drink a nice glass of water and hear the birds chirping and go, yeah, time to start the day. I've learned that I don't need New Year's Eve to do stupid stuff at parties. There you go. I don't do any sleep tracking anymore. I tried. I hated wearing the watch to bed. I actually don't wear the watch very much anymore. I'll wear it if I'm curious about, like, how long a hike is or something. But I don't even wear it to yoga because it was kind of getting in my way. Hope you had a nice holiday. Spent the day gardening. Visited my local bird hide. Immaculate vibes. It sounds lovely. Like the time we decided to do tobogganing down a staircase. Please don't do this. Oh dear. Wear helmets, everybody.
The truth that it might not be the law who wanted Sylvanas to be war chief, but something.
Hey, he literally did wear helmets. There you go. See, you got a good head on your shoulders. And because of helmets, you still do. It's great.
Restless than
Back to Nasmir. Alright. Lots of porting around here. Life mattress. Be responsible for your irresponsibility. That's clever. That's smart.
I have many, many wares.
Bravery with safety equipment, you know? It's like you do the bungee jumping, you just listen to the instructor properly before you jump off. Calculated risk. Yeah. There's always going to be some risk. You can't have nothing have risk. Which is kind of a bummer if you're risk averse. You want nothing to have any risk, and there's... it's impossible. Has your bendiness increased? It did. It regressed a little bit because I didn't do as much over the holidays, but I did a session yesterday, and it's still kind of sort of there. More important than bendiness for me is stretching out and loosening up enough through my hips and shoulders to feel comfortable just like moving around my daily life or sitting. Like I used to feel like I had to like put my knees up on my chair or like cross my legs multiple times. And since like really stretching out like my hip flexors, my hamstrings and stuff, I'm much more comfortable to just sit in ways that are better for like my back and for my knees, which is good because I was damaging my back and my knees with the way I was sitting before. And then same thing with my shoulders. Like it used to be, I used to know I needed to sit up straighter, but it was really hard for me to do because I was so tight across my chest and shoulders. And getting into my chest and shoulders and stretching and doing the twists and whatnot really helps me just be more comfortable being in a vaguely human-like shape than I used to be. So it's, you know, yeah, I can touch my toes now, and that's great. No, I cannot grasp my wrist behind my feet yet. That's maybe a one day. It's not that important. It'll either happen or it won't. But I can sit my butt in my chair and not feel like I need to crawl out of my skin, which is something I never expected. It's great. Slowly puts toboggan and crash helmet back in the attic. Nice, but how many push-ups can you do? Gosh, I need to really work on my chaturanga dandasanas because my like lowering down from the high push-up is still really hard for me. You're supposed to be able to start at a high plank with your hips and your shoulders even, and then lower yourself down with just your arms with your elbows tucked in until your upper arms are parallel with your body. And I can't. I've been doing it. You do quite a few of them. Like in half primary, there's like, I counted once. It's like between 30 and 50 of them if you're doing all your vinyasas. So I do lots of them, and I really do try. And I think it's getting better over time, but it's definitely the slowest improvement of anything else that I do in yoga. Strength skills are very slow coming for me. So from that position, you then push into an upward dog, and then you'll go from that into a downward dog. So there is some sort of push-up motion, but it's not like a straight static push-up. It's great for your back, though. But yeah, every time I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely got really low that time, I'll look at my arms, and they're just like, whack. But the important thing is that you're supporting your core, your back with your core, and that you're not letting your lower back fall out. And I'm trying not to do that, so... How is the Jurassic spine? Jurassic spine felt a little stiff yesterday, but it was coming along. It was working out. It's fascinating how the more you do it, the more you begin to feel the difference between different parts of your body. Like I used to be like, well, this is my back. It can go left or it can go right. And the more that you work through it, the more you can kind of feel the different parts of your body and feel like the muscle awareness of how to twist or bend or lift or whatever from different parts. Because when you first start doing anything hard, you have all of this sympathetic muscle tension, which is like you're trying to do something difficult and all of your body's muscles are like, help! And they all tense. And it means that it's very hard for you to like breathe properly or figure out which muscles are meant to be doing the thing. And the more you do it and the more you practice, eventually your body realizes that you can do it. It maybe doesn't need to clench up like a glacier. And you slowly start to be able to like breathe through it and isolate those muscles more. And it's really fascinating because the only way to really do it is to practice. It's not going to happen the first time you do it. And it's probably not going to happen the 10th time you do it. But if you keep going, eventually you're like, oh, hey, this feels different. When somebody tells me to turn from here, I actually can do that now. This is on one of my first days, I was trying to get into a position, and he's like, "Well, make your hips level with your shoulders," and I'm like, "I don't know where they are. I can't see them." And he's like, "But you can feel them," and I'm like, "No." I have no idea where my body is in space, and that's normal if you're not used to it. But it's weird building up that awareness when you're not used to it. It's good for you, but it's weird. But my back hasn't snapped yet, so that's good. Especially as I keep working in back bends. I get really lazy when I do back bends. I'll do like a couple of rounds of like little bridge, and I'll be like, okay, I'm ready for big bridge, and I'll do big bridge once. And then people will do this thing where they lower from their big bridge, but just to like touch their head on the ground, and that's resting. And for me, that's harder than big bridge. And I'm like, that's not resting. What do you mean you want me to push back up from this? That's ridiculous. Slacking off on stretching feels bad. Should try to get back to it. There was a time when I could do bridge. I've been avoiding it. It's something that I found I definitely needed to ease into. Like the first time I just tried it because I was like, I bet I can still do this. I was like, ow, no, I cannot. I need to back off. When things hurt, you gotta back off and find a smaller version of the thing. But it's good to wake up your spine slowly. Diet plays a role. Yeah. I've been thinking that might be my missing piece. I can tell when my sleep is good and I can tell when my hydration is good, and I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, my recovery might be a little better if I ate a little differently. It's not that I eat terribly, but I could probably stand to round it out a little bit. Because right now my plan for how to recover from like a yoga session is just to find an extra couple hours of sleep somewhere before the next one. It's like I can do back-to-back yoga days as long as I nap, and maybe I would recover better if I hit like a protein shake or something. Where are we going? Stormheim. They're really sending us everywhere, aren't they? Dollar and Hearthstone's on cooldown for 6 more minutes. Shame they're not going to port me there, are they? I kind of want to do some of these world quests. Maybe I'd do world quests for 6 minutes and then I'd take my dollar on Hearthstone. Have McDonald's every day to stabilize your diet. Yeah. No, I can't talk smack. I love a Tim Hortons bagel once a week. I like the spicy one.
I agree with their proposal on how to deal with it. A swift killing.
Here's 90 reputation I get to keep.
Both our peoples will be safe, thanks to you.
It feels weird doing BFA emissaries again.
We carrying gems overflowing with power. Whittle them down and secure a gem of our
How
own.
did you macro? Let me check. Literally /BTW quests. No spaces. That is the macro. I put it in my bar right here. It's great though. Does the job. I ended up consulting a dietitian, having problems. Eye-opening. Would agree that nutrition has become a hard area to navigate. It's so tempting to like not get tested for anything and to just guess. Restored. Oh, maybe I need to do the gem chips first. It's so tempting to be like, well, I'm probably deficient in this thing. Or just like hope that like 2 vegetables and a multivitamin will fix everything. But yeah, nutrition is a hard area to navigate. It's a spicy one to talk about online too. People have very strong opinions and they're often very contradictory, and 2 people can both be convinced that they're eating in the only healthy way, and they can be diametrically opposed to each other.
That's gonna set those scaly lizards back a while. Our mages will wanna take a look at this.
I started seeing a dietitian. She made a face when I described my diet. Oh, that's not very supportive. I also think that things that work for one person may not work for another person, and that it really isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. Especially with how many things you can be intolerant of, food-wise. But yeah, balance is usually a good idea.
It has to beat blood trolls.
She was justified. Well, I think it's fair to say that maybe you're, you know, a diet would be not working or that changes would need to be made, but I don't think there's any benefit in, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too smushy. I guess we don't know what face she made. Shame never the answer. That's kind of what I was thinking too. I was trying to find a way to say that without insinuating that shame was happening, but yeah, shame's not been effective for me at changing. Maybe it worked for other people. Shame just usually makes me want to do more of the thing that was getting me into trouble in the first place. Eating immediately after a workout really important? Oh. Really? Oh. So I shouldn't just, like, go to bed and then not eat until later? Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Alright, I think my dollar on Hearthstone should be up now. Oh, one more minute. One more minute. I was doing this too. It's hard because sometimes you're really sleepy. Feed your muscles. I must feed my new muscles. I need to grow nice muscles.
Continue to prove your worth. Well done.
Lower down properly into Chaturanga. Yeah, especially because I tend to work out before I've eaten anything or I tend to do yoga before I've eaten anything because I can't do yoga with food in my stomach. I'll get sick. There's too much upside downing going on. But yeah, maybe eating a little more after might be a good idea. Oatmeal with Greek yogurt. I have such a tumultuous relationship with Greek yogurt. I go back and forth. I don't like it, but sometimes it does me good. But I don't want it. But sometimes it does me good. But it's like $10 for a thing, and I don't even like it that much. But sometimes it does me good. We go back and forth. I have to remember to finish it is the problem. If I'm going to spend the $10 or whatever it is on a tub of Greek yogurt, I need to actually, like, eat it. Lean protein will do. I just adore Greek yogurt. Yeah, I just gotta find something that works for me. What am I doing? Stormheim. Hopefully this invasion is not a problem. Canada's crazy, man. I mean, I'm also living in a city, so I'm not even, you know, I'm sure you can get much better value at like a Costco or something like that, but like I'm shopping at like city places. I'm also probably exaggerating. Let me see. Let me look. Let's see. Greek yogurt. I'm going to my regular grocery store. Okay, no, I am being dramatic. We're talking about, for a 750 gram container, we're talking about $8.30. But there's one on sale for $6. Maybe I should buy it. So not 10. I'm just rounding up and being dramatic. If you go to Save on Foods. Listen, sometimes is the clothes store. I don't find that Thrifties is much cheaper than Save On. I'm just gotta find sales. What I need to do one day is get myself one of these credit cards that does like the grocery points. That can save you quite a lot, especially if you're getting like your food and your pet's food at the same place, which is hard depending on what your pets eat. On sale are like $6, and then I walk out with 8 containers. I know which of my neighbors are Greek yogurt fiends because I can see their containers when they set out recycling. I know way too much about people.
Minions of the
Escort.
Banshee Queen.
Do I
Leave this
Do I need to-
place or die.
Yes, yes I do.
Hold.
It's occurring to me that a lot of the names of grocery store chains here are based on the premise that the groceries are cheap there. Save on foods, thrifty foods. What else do we have here? Some of them are gone. Country grocer's not like that. It's just like, you're in the country and here's the grocery store.
Very well. You and your champion may approach.
When you go to the grocery store, do you look in other people's carts? No.
Destruction.
I keep my eyes on the prize. I go into the grocery store in like a fugue state. I have a list. I have a mission. I am avoiding eye contact, trying not to get in the way, getting my stuff, getting out, and generally doing it during the quietest hour of the day that I can possibly arrange to go. I'm not looking at other people's carts. Would you go to a store called Overpriced Goods? What, you mean Whole Foods? Browse out of other people's carts?
You have been touched by the hand of valor. Such a noble force does not scheme for mortal thrones.
Whoever whispered to me is not the same as who sent me back.
Maybe it would be cheaper if it was half
Granted
foods.
all the knowledge I am willing to share. Leave now and never return.
Quarter foods. Gosh, there was another grocery chain here that I feel like got subsumed because they're always buying each other. What were they called? Not Fairway. Not Sobeys. Not Safeway. I don't know. Might be gone now. Might have been eaten. Quality foods, maybe? I don't know. That doesn't matter. Where am I going? Back to Nesby. Yeah, they really make you run all over the place here. Huge bar in the center with my actions. So if you hit your escape key until you open up your options and you go to edit mode, you should be able to move some of those things around. Try that. Edit mode. Here you have to go to the one that has cheap meat and then the one that has cheap veggies and then go to the Walmart or whatever for the shelf staples. I feel like I would be pricing out how much the gas costs. The gas and the time it takes to go to the different stores versus how much money you're saving. Gas is so expensive here that it might not... it might even out, but it might not even out. Although, you know, if you walked all these different places, then you can save money on your gym membership. How expensive? That was like $1. What is gas at right now? It's actually not horrible right now. It's been worse. It was over $2 a liter last year, I think. Last year, the year before, and that was yucky. It is $1.67, $1.68 or so per liter. So if you're converting that into gallons, you want to roughly quadruple it. So approximately $6.68 a gallon if you were using gallons, a little roughly give or take. But then bear in mind, Canadian dollars are not worth a whole lot right now. Although even when our dollar isn't worth a whole lot, it's not like they give you any more of them. So. Yeah, car gas. Luckily, lots of things in Victoria, at least, are very close together, so I don't use a lot of gas. I don't have to fill up very often. Gas is quite a bit cheaper, but food is much more expensive than where I live. Wild. Where am I going? Nasmere. That's right. Two of the stores are 3 blocks from me, and the farthest is Walmart. I was kind of offended the first time I went through a Walmart groceries section here, and I was like, oh, this is cheaper. I probably should start getting shelf staples here. because this is, like, short of going to Costco, this is actually genuinely quite a bit cheaper than where I get them other places. Gas is $2.99 a gallon here in Florida at the moment. You have to drive so far to get anywhere in the States, though. Florida seems like a big state. I feel like you're not getting anywhere in like a 10-minute drive. It does mean that when I'm thinking about vehicles and when I was looking at purchasing my vehicle, gas mileage was an important consideration. It was like, I don't need a huge vehicle. I want something that is vaguely efficient. What am I doing? Bonsamdi, it is Necropolis. I mean, it says Bonsamdi, it is Necropolis. But it doesn't show it on my map, which is making me a little nervous that there was something in Stormheim I didn't do before I left. Walmart has some okay prices, but I don't shop their off-brand. Superstore is my go-to for stuff like that in Alberta. $2.59 a gallon in Utah? Holy moly. Do Walmart delivery, even with the extra fees, cheaper than the big 3 grocery chains most of the time. Yeah. I hate how when I order delivery from Walmart, there's no way for me to like provide bags or anything like that. So you always get like those fabric reusable bags that no one's reusing, that no one has room for, and it just ends up being worse than plastic bags were. I feel like it's time that I say, see you next year. See you next year. It's true, my next stream's not until 2025. Have a great new year all. Have a wonderful new year. Have fun. Be safe. You don't need me to tell you, but don't drink and drive, etc. Be careful on the roads because of other people that are being dumb. That is surreal to think about. Ooh. War stories! We did it! Yes! Oh, I'm caught up on Battle for Azeroth quest achievements. It only took replaying 2 zones entirely and the whole thing. Oh, man. The whole war campaign. Fantastic. Now I feel like I'm working on this achievement. Now we're cooking. Also, I love Spectral Raven. Slash love. Now we just need Island Time, which is the zone achievement specifically. And then we got some squirrels to love, of which I have found none of them. Whenever I get groceries delivered, they substitute wildly. Sometimes they introduce you to new stuff that way. And then sometimes they give you something that contains meat when you're a vegetarian or pescatarian, and you're like, welp, I guess this is going to the food bank, question mark? Island Time gonna be a trip. So, I know what I'm doing for Bon Voyage. Sounds like I've got lots of stuff. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna go back to Bonsamdi. Maybe I can slash bow or something for that one achievement in Hot Tropic. You're a Loa, right? You're on the list. Yep, he's on the list. Can't sleep so high. Alright. I am nearly finished for today. We are getting close to wrapping up here. I wonder if I can find any other of these guys here. Pull this one up. Get at least the ones in Nazmir, huh? Some of them could be gated by quests. Bonsamdi and Cragwa. So I think if I just go over to Cragwa's burrow, he should be there. Yeah. To go 15 minutes over. I can't believe I finally finished that. That took so long. I got so much reputation. I'm only 2.5 bars out from being finished with this one now, with the Talangee's Expedition. And I'm excited about that because there's like cosmetics that I need that I've been putting off forever. Like I finally have a horde character that's set up with BFA and has done all these quests now. I don't actually... So they talk about his burrow. Can I just bow to him from here? No. That didn't work. I have a target on him. He's supposedly huge. Oh, he's over here. I can finally see him on my mini map. I'm just picking out specific achievements and looking them up on Wowhead if I get stuck. I'm not using any big guide or anything. There we go. He's been slash bowed too. And then we got Razan because he's in the dungeon. Yeah, there's only 2 in Ismir. There's 3 in Voldoon. But I should probably think about wrapping it up. Gosh. I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me today. I am gone for Monday, Tuesday. Those are my Hazel days off, so I will catch you in the new year. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate your company, and I'll have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next year. Bye!